CFR Network, CFR Sports. Channel 4 secures exclusive deal with Professional Fighters League, which I have touched on numerous times historically. Interesting concept, no elbows, a spark cage, etc., etc. Starting to sign a lot more bigger talent and stuff. Cale Harrison is the face of the organization, and Channel 4 Sports to show exclusive mixed martial arts content from hugely popular PFL. And this was as of the 8th of February. I only discovered this maybe about 2 months ago. So where on earth was the marketing? Especially around the events. We just had an event, PFL 4. Is it just because I don't watch terrestrial television that I'm not seeing these advertisements for said events? I don't see it. I think in Channel 4 Sports isn't doing a very good job of filtering the promotion through to the main Channel 4 stations and the rest of it. Maybe on the Channel 4 Sports, they may be promoting it, but yeah, you need to step your game up tremendously on this. The partnership includes original programming, archive content, and coverage of the new PFL competitions throughout 2022. Trustly, this situation and agreement will continue till next year, as it is a year-by-year sort of regular season and playoffs, whatever they call it. Then yeah, good tester for the UK market. I think we need more than just the UFC. We've got Bellator obviously on. What is Bellator on now? BT Sport, is it? No, it's BBC. It's all because there was historically on BBC, I think. I'm sure. Anyway, so will they set the game up? Let's have a look. Playoffs and the championships. Additionally, Channel 4 will bring MMA fans exclusive content. Now let's look at this element. I'm sure everyone else has noticed this as well. And with such a big organization backed by ESPN, I didn't think we would have such audio issues throughout the night. This isn't the second time or the first time, I should say, I've noticed this. Fights themselves started off very good, multiple finishes. It's the transitioning. I like that there's not all these crazy advertisements on there. I think we just need to have a bit more of a smoother transition. Yeah. But overall, I'm definitely enjoying the PFL. And yeah, it started off with, who was it? Nate Jenneman took on Jake Childers, submission rear naked choke, second round. TKO, knees and punches, Joshua Silveira. Martin Hamlet. Didn't expect it to go down like that. That was the first round finish. And again, we just had nothing but finishes, first round finishes. The fans were spoilt. Rob Wilkinson from Tasmania. And that's another thing. They were putting up those promos, VTs, whatever you want to call them. I think it was putting up a little bit too frequently. Maybe they were banking on new people coming in and tuning in later on or something, but I think they just really overplayed these VTs. But excellent performance from the Tasmanian Devil. Looked very good. I think this is the first time I've seen him in the smart cage. Delon Monte, first round annihilation of Emiliano. Again, I don't think I've seen this guy fight, but very interesting to see what's going on. This is where we get into the safe stuff. Nathan and Martian Helm fought unanimous decision by Nathan. Now, the problem with this fight, and I think who was the other one with OBM? OAM or OAM, Olivia Oben Mercier took on Manafort. And they were playing very, very safe because this is about points. This is what kind of clouds this organization of sorts, because they knew they needed a draw or win. So in essence, they were just fighting very safe. And I think that detracted from the overall card itself, because everyone else was really out there. I'm going to twist it. They were throwing, but it was very safe, should we say? Very safe. Jeremy Stevens, split decision, had to shave his beard off and his hair to make weight. Didn't even look like the same guy without that stuff. Didn't look his best. A lot more calculated, still winging them crazy shots. Miles Price stood in there, gave as much as he could. Unfortunately, didn't come up with the win on that one. Antonio Carlos Jr. Not the best performance, I would say, from him. A little boring. It was a Brazil upon Brazil crime that took place. And yeah, unanimous decision. He won the thing. Main event, Clay Collard, Alex Martinez. And again, the promo in this was they played all the promos out crazy on this. Interesting back and forth, very close. In my opinion, I think Clay won that fight, but I can understand why you could have given it to Alex. It was definitely close. And depending on how you're scoring it, either person could have won. Clay Collard is a problem, and I did as I said the first time I saw him fight, which was it Pettis? I was like, who the hell is this guy? I was expecting Pettis to go in and just not mop the floor with him, but definitely get a victory. But Clay is definitely someone to keep your eye on. Now he's now out of the opportunity for the playoffs and all that, which is a bit disappointing. Maybe if there's an injury, he might come back in. Overall, I'm going to give that a 7. I'm going to give PFL 4 a 7. Entertaining, but could have done a little more. I think. I'll briefly move over to the popular UFC fight nights, Kattar versus Emmett. Now that event was very good. I think it was in Austin, Texas, the Lone Star State, with fans as well. America's pretty much opened up. Dana White's been hella cheap, putting all these fights on at the Apex. And there were some advantages initially, but now everything's opened up. Get more money. Surely the split between Apex money and having real proper fans in there. But I don't own. I'm not CEO of the UFC. But yeah, overall, very good card. Main event. I did expect Emmett to win based upon the power. Kattar didn't take a tremendous amount of damage in this, like in the Max fight, for instance. But these guys, man, they're putting, I would say, limitations on the longevity of their career by having such wars it's not clean in and out kind of thing, or do I have like a technical sort of, I'm not really getting hit too much. These guys were, they were blasting each other, man. Good fight. Yeah. Some people might have said Calvin won. Second performance for Kevin Holland at 170. Second round. Oh God, what was it? Was it? Oh God, it wasn't a guillotine. It was some kind of choke. It eludes me at current. But he looked sharp. He looked very fast. Takedown defense was pretty cool. If you can stick with that mindset, he wasn't talking too much crazy stuff to the crowd and all that stuff. He was dialed in, man. Very much dialed in. Tim Means ain't no punk, but he's getting on in age. Got a lot more experience. But I think he's starting to slow down a little some. He can still fight, most definitely. Joaquin Buckley took on his former teammates in Albert Durav, is it? And he messed his eyes up, man. He's got some power, man. Second round, doctor stoppage. He was premature, but then he actually, the doctor did actually stop it. But yeah, he's got some work to do. He's got some work to do, but he's got enough foundational skills and clearly athletic skills. I think he needs to get his gas tank in order, get a bit more experience and stuff. But another good one. For me, this was the fight of the night. Damer Ismagulov took on Goram Kutledas, whatever. These guys put on. Dana White, I haven't even checked the post press conference thing. These dudes need 50K each. 155 division is stacked. The casuals may have not found it as interesting as I did, but the hardcores know what they were witnessing. And either of these two in the 155 division at some point, year and a half, 2 years maybe, depending on the landscape, any of these two can be champ. 100%. Very good fight. If you missed it, run it back. Julian Marquez got mollywopped by Gregory Rodriguez, who looks a lot older than he is. Maybe if he had some facial hair, he wouldn't look as old, but he put in some work, man. Mobbed poor Julian. First round TKO. Did the Thizza wiggle. Adrian Yanez took on Tony Kelly, who said those quote unquote xenophobic or racist statements regarding Brazilians. And there's got a lot of backlash. Some people who are like, blah, blah, blah. He's just tried to say, look, he doesn't like anybody and all this kind of stuff. And it's interesting. Is it synchronicity? Is it the choices people make? I think it's the latter. That Miss KGB seems to mix herself up with men who have very strong views, should we say. One, a former partner, fiance, possibly even, was an ex-convict, neo-Nazi potential white supremacist with the tattoos to back it up as well. And now it's like, what are we doing? What is it? Jumping out of the frying pan into the fire? Is that the phrase? But I will give Tony one thing. He was firing back, man. He was firing back enough, but he just got money. He got mobbed. First round, TKO. They could have actually stopped this a bit sooner. 3 minutes and 49 seconds. But Adrian went in there, did his thing, made an example. my youth was walking out with his fingers, giving them the bird, as the Americans would say. Trying to do his Kobe thing, but you gotta win. You gotta win, man. You gotta be like winning before you start becoming the heel and shit, as they say. But yeah, UFC did the thing. Good card. Um, let's see what they bring forth next. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, 5-star reviews on your podcasts.